And the specifics.
Yes. And when you're writing, use clarity, relevance, accuracy, and precision. So be clear what you're talking about. Don't be like, this one is terrible because I just think it's terrible and I don't really know why, but I'm going to ramble a little bit and hope that it looks good because I have a lot of words and I'm rambling a lot, but it'll be good. This one sucks. No, be clear. Why did you rate it that? Use clear language, make sure it's relevant, and it's accurate, and you're precise. If you're saying, this one has terrible accuracy because it didn't cite any sources, well, yes, you're going to have, but can you be more precise? Say, it should have cited this line because it came right from the original. Does that make sense? So you are using precision in your explanation. Is that too much? We got that?
Yeah.
All right, so now let's do section 3. Questions? You don't like section 3?
No.
What can we do to make it likable? Not have it, though, you said? Perhaps if we understand it more, we will like it more.
Just like the
It is worth the most points, so what does that tell you about it? You have to do it, yes.
How long does the essay have to be? Like, how long does
Each essay?
Yeah.
5 paragraphs.
It's, yep, exactly, Christina. Suggested you do a 5-paragraph essay. So if you're doing a 5-paragraph essay, what does this look like?
introduction, we got paragraph.
Yeah, awesome. Body 1, body 2, body 3.
How many sentences make up a paragraph?
5 or 8.
5 to 8.
All right, and yes,
5 to
so
7's ideal. If you do 8, I won't take off. But I like 5 or 7. 5 to 7 quality sentences. Does that help, Jay?
and not.
Yes, you look.
Wonderful. Okay, so, we can ask Jen our question about section 3, not to go Bluebird and go back. The creative versus victim language. Is that you as a citation?
Yeah, because I'm one who talked about it. I didn't actually give you any other citation. If we skip down, but you can use B because I didn't say. Yep, according to Professor Krieger, according to Jen Krieger, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so here's your section 3. This is what it needs to look like when you're writing it. So how do we go about preparing for each of these? What can we bring to class that day? An outline. What's the criteria for it?
No sentences.
No sentences.
Sad.
Except you can have 1 sentence per outline. Yes, 1 sentence, but it has to be a specific sentence. It can't just be a random sentence. What can you write on there?
Wait, what's that for? I'm sorry, I was kind of just like doing something else on my notes.
Your, we'll call it notes sheet that you can bring in.
Oh, okay.
And you can only use it on what section of the test?
Section 3.
Only section 3. And you can have no sentences except 1 sentence, which is what?
Topic?
Yes. Thesis. Yep. Topic sentence is a good word for it. Thesis is the word for it. So what is a thesis statement?
Your argument of the essay.
General, your argument. I like that. I like your topic. I like your essay. It's not always general. Sometimes it is, but you can be specific in it. So if you're going to write a thesis, what's it going to look like? I can't give you a thesis for one of the ones on the test.
This essay arguments that.
Sure. Or this essay will show
Oh, yeah.
this relationship, or, you know, the connection between this is blah, blah, blah. Like, I always use my childhood depression paper, right? I use that a lot. You guys know? Gotcha. Okay. So my thesis statement for that might be something like, childhood depression is a disease that is often overlooked and related too much to adult depression, even though there are many similarities, many differences between the two disorders or something. And that would be my thesis statement. And everything in my paper would relate back. And I might talk about adult depression. And then I might tell you the childhood depression. I might point out the differences. I might say why it's overlooked. And all of those things relate right back to my thesis statement. So you can have a thesis statement written out on your essay, on your notes page.
So everything else should be like one word.
Right.
Phrases.
Phrases.
Outlines.
Yeah. Okay. And I know you guys might be freaking out by the word outline. Jen is not Dr. Punter. She's not Christina. She's not your English teacher. She's not going to be like,
You
A
gonna grade our outline?
has to be a 1,
I'm gonna read it. I
has
won't
to be
read
a
it.
2. You know, can't have an A unless you get a 1 and 2. Can't have this.
I don't care
Oh,
about that.
that's
It's
wrong.
like,
Nope,
I'm
you gotta
not
have a
gonna
B.
grade you.
None of those. Don't
However
worry
it
about
makes
that.
sense to you, as
Yeah.
long as you have it outlined in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't worry about if it's a Roman numeral letter and number, a capital and not capital, if it's a period or parentheses.
Oh, it's not even that.
It's to help you to write your paper.
Yeah.
You're making your cheat sheet, so to
Yeah,
speak.
Yeah.
so it's just an outline.
We did
Yes.
a comparison equation and we had to do like
Like,
this,
it's just one word for
as they
like.
claimed that A would be.
So we gotta write it
That's a
out on
thesis
all 5 of
statement.
these?
Yeah, that's the thesis thing. And then like C would be one word that describes B.
You can use phrases though.
You could use, I thought you could use sentences.
You can't
No
use
sentences.
Was
sentences.
it, how do you tell the difference between a pair?
A phrase, well, you may have a few words that help remind you, so
Oh, okay. I
it
get
may be like point 1, 3 points to Marilyn Bugenhagen's Common Hour.
Yeah.
A, B, C, and you just
Yeah.
write them out, because you're gonna refer back to those
Yeah.
three main points.
Okay.
So let's say we're going to do an essay. This isn't on the essay part, but it's on the definitions in section 1. So say we were going to write an essay about Paul Wesselman, his 6 points. You guys remember 6 points?
Yeah.
Dance, move. Okay, so you might say, Paul, your section 1 is Paul's 6 points. And maybe you're going to relate Paul's points to a different concept. Now this isn't an essay, so don't freak out. But Paul's points, so then A might be what point 1 is. And you could write it out. What's point 1? Ask questions. So you could write that on your thing. You can't write ask questions means to do this, 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 and this, and this. But you can write ask questions to kind of trigger yourself to think about where your thought process is.
Or even underneath it, you could put bullet point, ask question, example, and it might say, refer back to, writing center example.
Right. Yep. So you could say like writing center.
Because you have an idea that
Right.
you're gonna
So you
type
can
in.
give yourself pretty good content in this. You just can't write ask questions means to do this. An example of asking questions is going to the writing center and talking to the student tutors about APA formatting. Like you can't do that whole sentence, but you can give yourself triggers. That's what I like to call it.
So
then you-
bullet points have a question.
Many as you need. Many as you can fit on one side of one page of the paper.
Yes. Go ahead, Lorena.
So we have to write an outline for all of these 5.
Okay, let's go back to this criteria because I was going to hit that. So no sentences, only section 3 you can use it on, so don't bother wasting your space. How many pages? One page, one side. Yep. Okay, can you type it? Yes. Okay. So how many essays do you have to write an outline for?
5.
5. How is this section going to run on the test?
It's just gonna be two questions, and then you're gonna have to, like,
Two of
based
the,
on the outlines that you wrote,
yeah.
that's how you're gonna.
Okay, so 2 of the 5 are going to be on the test. You write on 1. So we're going to do some crazy math here, and this is going to help you guys.
So we do 5.
Yeah.
And then you said we won't know which 2.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you do
You
the
will
5.
not know which 2. But do you have to write 5?
No, but you should.
You should.
Because you don't know which one's going on.
Right. But here's my little trick for you. Anybody of you have Dr. Gross in your class? This will help you eventually too. You can write 4 outlines. And then no matter which two Jen picks, at least one of the ones you pick will be on the test.
And
That
you only
makes
have
sense.
to write one, right?
And you have to write one. So say there is,
Use one of their study guides, because you can
yeah,
give the example. Cody, let her borrow ours, she has hers.
I know mine. So there's essay 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's say you pick to write outlines, type them up, write them out, whatever, on 1, 2, 4, and 5, whatever. You know, you pick those ones. Those are the ones you love, those are the ones you write on. And then on the test, Jen picks 3 and 5 are the two that you get to pick from. Well,
You have
you
5.
didn't write on 3, but at least you have 5. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm an awesome student under trick of the week. All right, so write on all 5. If you feel comfortable writing on all 5, if you say, I don't know which ones Jen are gonna pick, and I don't want to be stuck just picking one, then write on all 5. Okay? It'll help you learn anyway. Finals, physical skill llave.
Final.
Yeah, whatever. You know, the concepts, the ideas. We got a fan on my face. All right, so let's talk about any more questions about the basics, the study, the note sheet, how the format of it's going to run. How many essays are you going to write on the test? How many paragraphs is it going to be? How many sentences per paragraph? 5 to 7 minimum. Yes. Good. How many points is this? 25. Can you use your note sheet on any other paper?
No.
What's the sentence you can have? Thesis statement. And you can have one thesis statement per outline. So if you do 5 outlines, you can have 5 thesis statements. If you do 4, you can have 4. And my suggestion is if you have your piece of paper, break it up, write one here, you know, keep it clear. Don't be confusing yourself. Don't get in there and be like, I don't even know what I wrote. Okay. Questions on specific ones? Everybody's got them down pat?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have all your answers, or
Okay.
find them?
So you know which points you're, so here's my suggestion to you, since we talked about our intro, right?
Yeah.
Our 1, our 2, our 3, and our conclusion. For each essay that you're going to write an outline for, you should know what topics you're going to have in each of your body paragraphs.
Yeah.
So are there any of them that you're looking at them and you're like, I don't really know how I'm going to get 3 body paragraphs out of this? The third one. Okay, good. So describe the that's our one. Developing your strengths is a key outcome for Gen 101. Discuss 2 of your themes and how you've applied the strength quest formula of talent, time investment, knowledge, skills, experience, equals strength. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of easy to be like, oh, I see 2, true skill, or true strength. And you're like, how am I going to get this third one, right? Is that what you're thinking, Kesha? Okay, so anybody have any ideas of how you could get 3 paragraphs out of this question? Christian? You had something?
Yeah, I was just on, related to what, like how you use them, like every day.
Okay.
And summarize them,
Summarize.
like how you use them, like they're your 2 strengths, talk about how you use them every day or something.
Okay, so you're saying like do one
So, like,
strength
relate
here.
that.
Yeah, and then other strengths, and then compare them, and contrast or whatever you're gonna do, or then you can relate them.
So then like relate